let's first discuss what are the kind of servers that you get from this cloud platform. Now there are a lot of cloud platform out there. When I say cloud platform, you know a lot of companies out there will rent server, right guys? But let's understand what are the three different ways or what are the different ways in which a company can rent an infrastructure, okay? So actually, the models that the cloud business follow are divided into two parts. The first model is the deployment model, and the second model is a quality service model. So deployment model deals with what are the different ways that you can deploy a rented server on the internet. And server models deals with what kind of server does a cloud provider offer you, okay? So we will be discussing these two models in details. Let's start off with deployment model. Okay, so there is three line of deployment models on cloud. You have something called as public cloud, you have something called as private cloud, and then you have something called as hybrid cloud, okay? Public cloud is nothing but you are renting server on the internet, and this server are owned by someone. This server are owned by a company which has made their hardware available to the whole world. Whoever can pay can come over, okay? Then the next kind of cloud is called the private cloud. So private cloud is a cloud which is not open to public, right? Not everyone can deploy on it. Now it can be possible in two ways. One way would be that, let's say, you go to a cloud provider like AWS, and you tell them you need a server that you are not going to rent to anyone, and I am going to use it for my own applications. I'm going to pay the rent for that server, but you will have to promise me that no one else is going to work on that server. Okay, this is an example of a private cloud. Another example of private cloud would be that you buy your own infrastructure and then you make that infrastructure available as a cloud server to the internal employees of your company, okay? So this again becomes a private cloud. And then you have something called as hybrid cloud. So hybrid cloud means a mix of both public and private clouds. So most of the companies out there, what they do is they are not only using public cloud for their needs, but they also want to have a little control in their infrastructure when it comes to sensitive files or when it comes to sensitive data. So what they do is they post their data on their own servers, and in the other hand, the data which has to deal with millions of users, and at the same time where it has to handle your local traffic is decoupled from your application, and it is posted on the public cloud. Because on the private cloud, you wouldn't require that much of a hardware, okay? So these were the three kind of deployment models, okay guys? So we have public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Just to make sure you understand the three types, let's watch this video as a recap, okay?
Closer look at each type of cloud and which type might be the best for your needs. We'll start with public clouds. They're what most people think of when they talk about the cloud. What makes them public is that they are hosted by a cloud service provider who rents space on the cloud to their many customers or tenants. those tenants generally only pay for services they actually use, much like how we consume electricity as a service for our energy needs. Public clouds let you offload management where you don't mind giving up some control. That's why they're a popular choice for hosting everyday apps like email, customer relationship management, HR, and other business support apps. Private clouds are next. They're private because they only have one tenant. You get all the goodness of a cloud, but you can control and customize it to fit your needs. And that control is why many companies are migrating their data centers to private clouds to run core business apps that provide unique, competitive advantages like research, manufacturing, supply chain management, and more. Finally, there are hybrid cloud environments. They're hybrid because they're a combo of both public and private clouds. You get all the benefits of both and more, like the ability to create new, innovative apps with uncertain demand. Apps you can deploy on your private cloud, which can burst to the public cloud during demand spikes. So there you go. Just remember, there are several types of clouds, and businesses are tending to use each type of cloud based on their service delivery needs. But we've obviously only scratched the surface. We can give you a lot more info and details if you're interested.
As we have just discussed, the deployment models were actually what are the different three ways in which you can deploy a server. So you can deploy it public, you can deploy it private, you can deploy it hybrid implementation. Okay, guys? Now let's move ahead and talk about server models. So what are the different kinds of server which are offered by cloud platform, which can be used by customers? So there are three kinds of server model which are available by cloud. Okay. So the first one is infrastructure as a service, or IaaS. Then you have a platform as a server, or PaaS. And then you have something called as a software as a server, or SaaS. So let's understand this one by one. So when you are talking about infrastructure as a server, or IaaS, what we get is you get access to a server, and what you do with that server, you install any software that you want on that server. You use that server to either make it as a database server or a web application server or load balance. So you can do anything with that. So it's just like you getting a new laptop and you are installing any number of software that you want on that laptop, because you have the access to the operating system of that laptop. So this is exactly what infrastructure as a service. You get the access to the operating system of your servers, and you can do anything on the server, or you can install anything on the server for your own personal life or personal job. Okay. Then you have something called as platform as a server, or PaaS. So in platform is a server is a cloud provider becomes a little more specific with respect to what you can do with its products. For example, let's say you want to deploy a website right now. For deploying a website, you would need a database, you would need a web server. So what the cloud providers say is you deploy your own database, you deploy your own load balance. What I can give you is a platform. You can deploy your website, which is going to have the back end and the front end technology enabled. I am not going to give you the access to the operating system, so you don't have the freedom of installing any software that you want. But yes, if you want to post your website, so this is what platform as a server can do. So it abstracts the operating system with their own software. The only thing that you can do is you can upload your pull files, and these code files will then be deployed automatic by the cloud provider. Now you may ask yourself, why do people use platform as a server? This is because sometimes developers, especially, they are not into Windows administration and they don't want to deal with installing. So for them, it becomes very easy if you give them an interface where they can just upload their code and then they can see their application up and ready. So that's what a platform as a server is. And the last service that you get with a cloud provider is a software as a server or SaaS. What is software as a server? So software as a server means that you don't get access to the operating system, you don't get access to a platform, but you get access to a software which is hosted on the cloud. For example, you all might have used Google Documents, or you might all have used Google Sheets. So Google Documents is just like a Microsoft Word, but hosted on the cloud. So if you want to do or have any kind of writing needs, if you want to write something, save it, and then share it with someone. You can do it on Google Documents. This is exactly what software is a service. Some other example, if you talk about GoDaddy.com, which is a very famous website for giving you host names. So over there, what you have to do is you just have to enter the domain that you need, and it calculates everything, and it gives you this is the pricing that you will get. So although it's not a very direct example of software, but yes, it's again an application which you are using without understanding. Okay, guys. So in the next video, we'll learn the difference between the three types of service models. So please watch it and let's discuss later. Okay.
Cloud computing, SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. Cloud computing offers different services based on three delivery models. When arranged in a pyramid form, they follow the order of SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. What is SaaS? SaaS, or Software as a Service. It is a service that offers on-demand pay-per-use of application software to users. Unlike licensed bought programs, this service is platform independent, and you don't need to install the software on your PC. The cloud runs a single instance of the software and makes it available for multiple end users. This makes cloud computing cheap. All the computing resources responsible for delivering SaaS are entirely managed by the vendor. This service is accessible via a web browser or lightweight client applications. Who uses SaaS? End customers are frequent users of SaaS. Example products and services of SaaS. Popular SaaS providers offer the following products and services: the Google ecosystem such as Gmail, Google Docs, and Google Drive, Microsoft Office 365, HR and help desk solutions, and customer relationship management services such as Salesforce. Pros: universally accessible from any platform. No need to commute. You can work from any place. Excellent for collaborative working. Vendor provides modest software tools. Allows for multi-tenancy. Cons: portability and browser issues. Internet performance may dictate overall performance. Compliance restrictions. What is PaaS? PaaS, or Platform as a Service. This service is mainly a development environment and is made up of a programming language execution environment, an operating system, a web server, and a database. All of this encapsulate the environment where users can build, compile, and run their programs without worrying of the underlying infrastructure. In this model, you manage data and the application resources. All other resources are managed by the vendor. Who uses PaaS? This is a domain for developers. Example products and services of PaaS. Cloud providers have the following as the PaaS products and services: Amazon Web Services, Elastic Beanstalk, Google App Engine, Windows Azure Heroku, and Force.com. Pros: cost-effective, rapid development. It's scalable. Faster market for developers. Easy deployment of web applications. Private or public deployment is possible. Cons. Developers are limited to providers, languages, and tools. Migration issues, such as the risk of vendor lock-in. What is IaaS? IaaS, or Infrastructure as a Service. This service offers the computing architecture and infrastructure. That is, it offers all computing resources but in a virtual environment so that multiple users can access them. These resources include data storage, virtualization, servers, and networking. Most vendors are responsible for managing the above 4 resources. If you will use this service, you will be responsible for handling other resources such as applications, data, runtime, and middleware. Who uses IaaS? IaaS is mainly for sysadmins. Example products and services of IaaS. They include Amazon EC2, GoGrid, and Rackspace.com. Pros. The cloud provides the infrastructure. Enhanced scalability, dynamic workloads are supported. IaaS is flexible. Cons. Security issues, network and service delays. Examples of companies that use cloud computing. Amazon's AWS, or Amazon Web Services. When it comes to companies using cloud computing, AWS takes the lead. This cloud computing company offers IaaS and PaaS services to its customers. It's popular for its Elastic Compute Cloud, EC2, among other services such as Elastic Beanstalk, Simple Storage Service, S3, and Relational Database Service, or RDS. Apart from the complete suite of cloud computing, it offers other cloud-related services including Internet of Things, IoT, cloud security, and mobile services. Icloud. This cloud from Apple is majorly for Apple products. It allows you to back up and store all your multimedia and other documents online. This content is then seamlessly integrated onto all your devices or apps in case you access it from them. Microsoft Azure. This cloud is used and offered by Microsoft. It offers IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS for its enterprise software and developer tools. If you have ever used Office 365 products, then you have used SaaS. Google Cloud. The Google Cloud Platform is a universal cloud for Google's vast ecosystem and also for other products such as Microsoft Office. It allows collaboration, storage of data, and also other services offered by its cloud computing suite. IBM Smart Cloud. Using private, public, and hybrid deployment models, IBM Smart Cloud provides a full range of IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS cloud computing services to businesses. Using pay-as-you-go model, this cloud generates revenue for IBM. Cloud computing, SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. Cloud computing offers different services based on 3 delivery models. When arranged in a pyramid form, they follow the...
Again, what is IaaS, or Infrastructure as a Server? IaaS helps companies to get resources delivered through a cloud or virtually. Using IaaS tools, companies can create and handle servers, data storage, operating system, and networks without purchasing a hardware. IaaS products deliver cloud computing infrastructure such as storage and operating system. These platforms helps developers to handle hard drives, servers, storage, visualization, and networking. IaaS has many advantages and has many benefits. First, it is most flexible cloud service model. You don't have to maintain it or purchase a physical server. You can also scale or downsize as per requirement. It's also pay-as-you-go model, helps a business just pay for the necessary resources. It is also easy to automate the distribution of storage, server, networking, and processing power. Some disadvantage of IaaS are first, although customers get full control over the operating system, application, middleware, and data, security risks can appear from a virtual machine or hosts. Second, although clients can operate application in the cloud, the infrastructure may be inappropriate to offer the right control for securing such applications. Also, the manpower may need more training and resources to learn the way of handling the infrastructure efficiently. Also, security concerns may come because of multi-tenant infrastructures. So some popular IaaS examples like IBM Cloud, Microsoft Azure, DigitalOcean, and Google Cloud. Another point here is what is PaaS, or platform as a server. PaaS work at different levels rather than a fixed product made for some particular reason. The PaaS platform offers a framework in which a client can do their own tasks. Also, these platforms deals with cloud-related operation like offering virtualization, handling operation system, maintaining server, and managing network. PaaS delivers a safe, ready-made cloud-based platform for developing or hosting software over the web. It works as a base for SaaS. This platform assists the developer in focusing on software creation without concerning about infrastructure, storage, software or, updates, or operating system. The benefit of using the PaaS cloud server model are first, IaaS enables easy collaboration for the whole system. It's affordable. Also, developer can create an application directly on the platform and deploy it. Also, PaaS platform is highly scalable and flexible. Also, application can be easily updated on the PaaS platform. However, some disadvantages associated with PaaS are like first, a third party handles your data, so there could be security risks. As the application depends on the host, you may face difficulty moving from one cloud to another. You also may not optimize PaaS solution for your preferred framework and language. Some very famous example of PaaS like Google Application Engine and Windows Azure. Okay. The last point here is SaaS or software as a server. SaaS is a visualized, ready-made environment designed with a flexible and engaging user interface. This cloud server model represents a cloud-based setup for developing software without extra coding, just by tailoring the design and front-end features. Also, every SaaS software solution contains web-delivered content that every user can access through a browser. SaaS deliver over the internet. With SaaS, you don't require IT employees for downloading and installing application on every separate PC. Vendors can use SaaS for handling every possible technical risk like server, data, middleware, and storage. This causes organized support and maintenance for business. Also, the top benefit of SaaS products are first, it's easy to set up and use, cloud-based and easy access online, no need to use a local resource, no need to upgrade or manage SaaS applications. Buy and finding SaaS products are very easy. However, some drawbacks of SaaS are first, with SaaS, you don't have control over the cloud-based infrastructure. And if any security risks arise, all your business and its data may get controlled. Some popular SaaS examples like Google Workplace, Salesforce, Dropbox, and go to meeting. Okay, guys? Okay, to sum up what we learned today, we learned that cloud computing is the practice of using remote server on the internet for carrying out a task rather than using our own computer or server. There are two types of cloud computing, which are deployment and server. For deployment model, we have three types, which are private, public, and hybrid implementation. And for server model, we have three types, which are IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Okay, guys? So this is the end of our session today. Thank you so much for listening and hope to see you all in the next session.